In this episode tonight, coming up, it's more chat about football.
Hello! It's all gone, Russ. Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Corby Town TV.
Yes, we are Corby Town TV. You can find us on the YouTube channel and follow the link, which is bound to be under a picture of us two together doing this for you in front of this board for Corby Town. We like non-league football, but of course,
yes,
make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notification button, and share it if you like it.
And don't forget to follow us on all the other social media channels on this camera, and go to that website because it's a great place to go.
It is, and yeah, it's getting lots of traffic. And I might do something for the website this week, something special.
Really?
Yeah, don't know what. I don't know. Might have a look at old retro something or other.
Okay, we're going to have retro stuff on the website.
Why not? It's always good to do. I hope you're keeping up to date with all the other kind of pieces of bits and stuff that we do. The interview with the boss and the what's it called? The highlights.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you haven't watched all of those, just follow all our links before, or go to the YouTube channel and get all the videos there. They are good to watch. Now, Saturday afternoon. Started well, first half, should have battered them. We were all over them first half.
Yeah, I thought we were the better team first half, and we should have gone in ahead. I'm pretty much certain of that. I think Tendai going off changed the game a little bit. That aerial presence on this particular pitch is at the moment will be ultimately beneficial to the way we need to play out there.
Now, I know I was told beforehand that obviously there was lots of attention made on the pitch Friday. They spent an awful lot of time, a lot of work on the pitch to make sure it was playable. So well done to the ground staff for that. Thank you very much. They all are volunteers. So it did look really good before they started warming up on it. So maybe warm up in the cage. But yeah, there are certain areas of the pitch which are very difficult. Terrible bobbles if you're trying to play the across field passing, hitting a bobble, all that kind of jazz. It's difficult to put your foot in it. It's heavier, and of course, there it takes it out on your legs as well. But we've got another game here this week. So, but that was then. But second half, we came out, and it looked like we were going to start again very well. But they got a soft goal. Both their goals were soft. Ultimately, they crossed it across the box, and nobody cleared it from the defensive area.
Yeah, actually, the first one was kind of like really. I mean, I've watched it. The highlights will be out there. When he's got the ball out wide, the ball actually bobbles up horribly. It hits him in the shin and makes a really good pass. I mean, how lucky. That may be, but at the end of the day, they won the game, and that's it. I've never seen a team, come here and the goalie go down 6 times in one half, and all the players falling like flies.
Yeah,
they were killing time, and where the referee got 6 minutes from. It could have been 15, and that would have been no exaggeration.
I did see the referee after the game in the boardroom, and I did say to him then, we should still be playing now, ref, and that was 6:30. So I think unfortunately, the FA, and let's blame the FA again, because obviously they are the people you've got to blame for everything. They've allowed this situation to happen in some cases because they've given us 5 substitutions. And at the last 10 minutes, all you get is a winning team saying, oh, substitute please ref, oh, substitute please ref, substitute please ref, because they just want to wind the clock down.
Yeah,
but to fall on the ball, and if you're the keeper, every time it comes to you, oh, I'm falling on the ball, ref. It's shocking. It was awful.
Cramp. You can't take it away from Darlaston. They won. They played the conditions. Would we have done the same?
We wouldn't have done. We wouldn't have done. We might have taken it to the corners, but the boss did intimate after the game there's a possibility we could see them in the playoffs.
Who knows?
And if the pitch is better, they wouldn't be going away from here 2-1, would they?
Who knows?
But we'd have to say there's 691 in attendance here at Still Park. Tremendous. And we'd expect a little bit more than that this weekend back here at Still Park when we're playing the game that was called off from the 1st of January. That would have been 15 days before the special day. But now we're into March and it's the 8th of March and we're playing Wellingborough.
Yeah, just before we go any further, we'll have comments on our YouTube channel. It's really helpful, and sometimes, we read them.
Sometimes we read them?
Yeah.
Are you suggesting we ignore people?
No, respond to them.
Ah, okay.
But today there was a comment left about the pitch was an absolute disgrace, and, somewhere along those lines. I responded because I don't normally, but basically, if you want to help up, come up, volunteer, work with the guys that work very hard on the pitch, and hopefully, we can make it a little better.
They did cut the grass. I did notice that. Now I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe leave it a little longer. But what I was told that they flattened it. They rolled it on Friday night, which by rolling it and putting all that pressure on the mud, brought more water to the surface, and it's just like a big sponge. It's clay underneath and it's just soaking up all the water. Now it hasn't rained in 5 days, but I was out this morning and underfoot it was very muddy because it is obviously frozen. Then the water comes to the surface, it turns to ice, then it melts, and then you get puddles of water again. So not particularly good, but we're going to have to suck it up and live with it. I can't think of any other way apart from getting loads and loads of towels out there and just soak the water up where it is problematic. But I'm sure the ground staff are doing all they can.
We are not the only club. And for putting comments like that, whoever you were,
Well, it wasn't Mr. Anonymous again.
Mr. Anonymous. Mr. JNX, whatever. I mean, come on. Anyways, you go back to the 70s and the 80s. There was no grass on the pitch this time of the year. They were playing on mud. So this is like playing at Wembley out there.
So yeah, but obviously, it does resonate. Another thing there, and we are always looking for volunteers to help in any which way we can to get things happening at the club. And we do this voluntary. We do everything we do at the club is voluntary, and all the ground staff are voluntary. And we're just trying to keep the football on. So yeah, are you waving at the second camera?
I'm waving at that one now. Yeah.
We'll look at that camera,
yeah,
and you'll cut to that, and then we'll go up to that camera. You see, because we're back on 2 cameras.
Yeah.
I think maybe the angle should be a bit deeper.
No, the angle's fine. It's got me in it.
It makes you look good. So I don't need to look any better than this. I'm charming.
Yeah. I do believe that, did we have an under-16s team that got to a final at the weekend?
No, not under-16s, under-12s. The Pumas, under-12 Pumas girls team. I think they played the Saturday morning.
Right, okay.
And they got to the semi-final, got through the semi-final. So now they've got a final sometime at the end of March, I believe.
Okay.
So well done to Pumas. I did speak to them briefly, collectively, and suggested why they're wearing red. They want to wear red tops like that one. If you can't see that over there, maybe it's out of frame. Corby Town shouldn't be wearing any red. Write to me if you think that Corby Town should be wearing red on the back of a sealed down envelope. Send it into the usual address, or write to us, of course, on our YouTube channel. But I don't know. I have a real problem with Corby Town wear anything that's red. I think it's a wrong colour. It's the colour of our nearest neighbours, and well, not anymore because they're practically in Cottenham, in I don't know, a long way away now. Other side of Northamptonshire, it's Kettering, isn't it? So, I don't know. Red? Should there be any red on the Corby kit anywhere? Should we ban the colour from the stadium? Like red?
Thinking red. Going back to Saturday, very briefly, it was nice to see Gareth Storer out there. A stalwart of Kettering Town, managed to get his goal. Yes, he was tired, but then there's a guy that's been out for nearly a year. He lasted the 90 odd whatever minutes it was, got his goal, and I thought he did really well.
He did score his goal on his debut for Corby Town, and obviously he showed effort throughout the game.
Yeah.
And it's got to be said, I did speak to him in the bar afterwards and said, "How do you feel after that?" And he says, "Yeah, it's a bit tiring." I said, "I bet on 90 minutes you were absolutely shattered, but on 91 minutes you were like a new kid." And he was out off to run around again. And he said, "Yeah, it was a little bit like that." But hey, he's got a goal, and that's good for him. And I think, you know, the way he played, he stayed in the middle of the park, he hurried people, he passed the ball about, and I think it's a good acquisition. And I think that it'll be good for Corby Town. Now, dropping down to third place in the league, that's not so good, is it? But we've got 2 games in hand over that team that's leapfrogged us. So
long eating, yeah. We'll see where it takes us.
But yeah, it'll be a good chance come the weekend to turn over Wellingborough.
We'll see
and take it from there.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, because it is a lottery out there at the moment on the pitch. You know, we'll see. We'll wait and see. You just don't know, do you? Gary's trying his best, and you know he's up against it.
He's got a good squad now, so there's it's a really in-depth squad.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
And so I just think, as he said in his interview after the game, it's very difficult to play balls on the floor across the pitch, because they just don't land. Either they go too far or they just don't make it. They get stuck, or they bobble up, they go to the wrong place. So there's issues. You can either say, well, let's try and change the way we're playing, bring the ball up off the floor, but you know that's not how we've been playing, and we don't just want to launch it up front.
Let's just say Darlaston had the same issues.
They did.
They didn't really put any
but they only had
passing together.
They only had 2 chances in goal.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's the big worry. In the first half, Corby could have been 6-0 up.
Yeah.
And they did have another goal set off the line in the second half. It was headed away. So it wasn't through a case of trying. But let's hope it goes better this weekend. Now, we don't know about the youth team. There was a possibility they should have been playing here tonight. But we think nobody should be playing on that pitch at the moment.
No, I don't know what the outcome will be as far as the youth team's concerned, but if we find out, we'll let you know. The pitch is beaten up as it is, you know, and there's the ladies as well. Do we want to be playing any more games on it? I don't know.
The fixtures are out. I did put a post out on the Instagram account the other day about the current ladies fixtures for this month. So there is an advert out there if you want to go and see it. It's in the reels. So check that out. I haven't got them here, but it's good to see that things are coming together collectively. So we've got information about Corby ladies and the first team and the other teams that are playing. So it's great to see there's things out there for everybody.
And if you want to hear all these things, you know, an in-depth discussion, tune in to what we do.
Yeah, why not?
Because we'll talk rubbish about it.
And for those that are tuning in, watching this on Thursday, on Monday night, our keeper Ross Durant was on the BBC Radio Northampton, talking about non-league football. And it's got to be said, you know, how many goals have we let in? Not many is the answer. And I think it's been a great acquisition for Corby Town this season.
I think he's been a good keeper.
So,
I was going through some footage. I wasn't there at the Shepshed game, but I did see the save.
Oh, it was a great save, yeah.
And there was one against Leicester Road, which I was going through some old stuff, and his save against Leicester Road was unbelievable as well. So, yeah, great. He's been brilliant for us.
He has been a good keeper, yeah. He's a good lad as well. So, it's nice to see that the club are still, the team are still very much together, and they know the job that's in hand, and what they need to do is fight.
Fella right.
To partay. And I'm sure that'll happen at the end of the season, but hey, let's not count our chickens before they hatch.
No, all this talk of the playoffs, we've got to get there first. You know, we're on 60 points, we've got 10 games to go. Let's see what we can do, eh?
10 times 3 is 30 points.
We get 90.
I'd be happy with 85. But I still think there's a long way to go.
I don't know what the figure we'll end up with. You know, I'm not going to sit there and say that's my phone. You know, 70 or 75 is probably going to be enough to get you in the playoffs. Second place, who knows? Who knows?
But I think the best way to be involved is to actually come to the games. So, with that in mind, we are playing Wellingborough, a big derby this weekend. So get up to Steel Park. If you're watching this Thursday, Friday, think, oh, I bet the sun's shining. It's a good day out. They put the cheap drinks on in the bar. They could get 3 types of lager for £3, and that's not a bad thing. Maybe if they can sell more beer, they'll turn the heating up. That seems to be the bigger issue at the moment in the bar.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard people mentioning the heating. Oh, by the way, did you go on Saturday night?
I was there to
Stone
watch
Roses?
this Ultimate Stone Roses.
Was it any good?
They were very good indeed.
Many there?
They were very good, the band, yes, very good indeed.
Okay. Right, okay. Well,
I don't know. I don't want to put down the venue, but
ooh, I can feel something coming.
the band were on stage doing their stuff, sounding like John Squires, the guitarist, sounding like Manny, right, and the other geezer and whatever. And it was like this. It was a white light at the band. There was no lights changing. But on the dance floor, where all the people are, all the lights were going on. It felt like a school disco, and it really did wind me up. Those lights, those little laser lights that ping about, get rid. They're absolutely hideous. It's not a Christmas disco, for crying out loud. It's a gig. Turn the lights off or put them on the band.
You didn't answer my question.
Yeah. There could have been more there.
There could have been more there.
Yeah.
Okay.
They could have fitted in a few more, yeah.
Support live music.
Yeah.
Go to the bar, watch the bands.
And independent venues as well.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, this comes out Thursday. Tomorrow night, Friday, the 7th, it's the ultimate, I think they're called the Ultimate Duran Experience.
Okay.
And I can't remember what's on. It might be Ferocious Dog on the Saturday night, but check the socials, check the Steel Bar account on Facebook.
Ferocious Dog are absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I've seen them and they are fantastic band. You've got to go and watch them.
And they've played here before and they've been well attended,
Yeah.
so should be a good night. And I think that's the part of it. You go to watch a live band and you want to be there with lots of people and share that experience of live music together. So you've got to get up here and support live music, support the venue, which of course supports the club. So good.
Yep, it all supports the club.
Yeah.
That's what we need, people supporting the club.
Yeah, I mean, it would be lovely to think there would be 800 here on Saturday afternoon, because I'm sure Wellingborough will bring 200 over.
Yeah, let's hope people stick with Gary and the team, you know.
We're not floundering, we're third in the league. Any other time we'd be going,
Yeah.
if we'd come up to third in the league, we'd be cock a hoop. Who is phoning you? It'd be cock a hoop, but because we seem to have slipped down, I don't know, you probably lost it, so you've eaten it or something. Yeah, we just need the support now and get behind the club. And I don't know, isn't it also, what do you call it, weekend?
What's that?
I don't know, international football.
International football?
Oh, it can't be. Tottenham are playing Thursday night in the UEFA Cup. You're not playing in Europe, are you?
Not yet.
Just
no.
England. So yeah.
And we might not get there, so let's wait and see.
Another wait and see. Put that down. You're ignoring our wonderful little viewers.
Well, hang on.
Game's off, ladies and gentlemen. Probably not. I don't know. We don't know. Wait and see. But in the meantime, yes. What can I tell you about Wellingborough? History of Wellingborough. There's not a lot there really, but of course Northampton was a very strategic town back in the day, around about the time of Henry VIII, and so was Wellingborough, because they both had a major castle. And of course, the very famous bloke known as the Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas à Becket, lived at the castle in Nottingham. So he ended up stabbed on the stairs in Canterbury. Bit of history there.
Yeah, okay.
Still going off! I'd have put it on silent by now!
My phone's going off. The club have just announced a statement about 4 minutes ago. on the website, and it's regarding what happened on Saturday at the end of the game.
I didn't see any of this, so to bring people up to date with it, there was, after the game, there were several things.
You can read better than I can.
There were several things happened, and I was already writing my report and phoning into the BBC and all that jazz. So this has come from Macca and the club's statement. I think he's used one of my pictures. Very nicely, Macca. Cheers. After recent events at Steel Park, we certainly have to make the below statement. It's been noticed that there's been an increase in behaviour that is not expected or welcome at Steel Park. On Saturday, 2 supporters witnessed verbal abusing of a member of the opposition's board. These fans were identified and immediately banned. I'm guessing it wasn't me and you, because we're here. They've been banned from future games at Steel Park. We would like to make an apology to the victim of Darlaston Town for this horrid verbal abuse and those who witnessed events. As I say, I didn't see it, and it happened around the tunnel areas that were coming off the game at the end of the game. They were also made aware of misogynistic and sexist comments aimed at the visitors' physio. Now this is a bit weird. We have a lady physio. She's lovely. She's absolutely adorable. And they had a lady physio. And you wouldn't you wouldn't have a go at Bryony, would you? So what would you do to any other member of physio staff? It's not right. Don't shout at women just because you think you're a hard man. You're obviously just a small-minded individual. I'm sure it was a bloke. So yeah, don't do it. So they have been pulled out. This comes to the back of away supporters making the same lurid comments towards our very own side. Oh, they've done it to our own fizz. It's not right. Get them out, ban them forever. With a thriving ladies and girls team, we strongly support her Game 2 campaign, and comments like those heard over the last month have no place in society, never mind a football ground, where these women are having to work 10 times harder than the male counterparts to be accepted. That's very true indeed. So, then on the 15th of February, this is a long one, Macca. Then on the 15th of February, we had an incident where a group of local youths who did not support the hosts or ourselves spent the whole game abusing the host and then made their way to the tunnel at full time, which led to scenes that we don't want to see. Now you can read this on the thingy, but that happened away at
Long Eaton.
Yeah. They weren't our fans, they were in the stand. I did take photos, but they were fans of Notts County. You don't like them either, do you?
Notts County, no, I don't like Notts County. Danny Gordon's a Notts County
He is
fan,
Notts County. Come on, Danny Gordon. And so, yeah, that caused a bit of a problem. But it was identified by Long Eaton very quickly and early that they were local lads. They had Nottingham accents and they were shouting things that you would expect to hear from Notts County end. So, but yes, what do you want to see? So the safety and, this goes on, the safety of our players, officials and supporters is our top priority, and we'd like to take a group of young thugs entering the perceived safe space is worrying to all of us, and it won't happen again. It seems that the season that the players and supporters have forgotten how to win and lose gracefully. We accept banter that will come our way, and we would want to stop that. But some of the abusive chants and comments being made by supporters and players alike are crossing the line, which is leading to dangerous territory. So I've said before, don't do it. Otherwise, you're going to get me on the PA saying, if you keep making those remarks, you will be dealt with.
Do you know, I used to bring my granddaughter when she was 8 years old, and she came in the back of the car with me and everything like that, and she absolutely loved it. We went up to Corby Bay, we went to Manchester, whatever, and there was nothing like this, you know. And nowadays, would you want to take your child and then listen to that? Probably not.
And we're desperate to get more fans. So what it has come down to here, it says, we need your help, desperately need volunteers to help steward matches. We also need fans to help police each other. That's not the real police, just police each other. And if you hear something you don't think is right, report it. And if you see somebody with a contraband item, don't help them hide it. Point them out. And if you see anybody acting in a way, as you know, is not right, tell them go, or tell a steward who will eject them. 99% supporters represent the club in the right manner. We do recognise that. But it's the 1% leads to restriction that will impair enjoyment. It's always the 1%, isn't it? It's always the Egypts. So Corby Town will continue to look at ways we can eliminate these problems at Steel Park, and we know other clubs will be doing the same. But at a level where we rely so much on volunteers, we need your help. Stand up for the club, your support, and get these problems out the ground before you two pay the price for their actions. So, yeah, strong words coming from the club itself. That's the club statement. It's on the website now. Thanks, Macca, for writing that. But yeah, it's a problem, and it seems to be a problem because either these numpty-headed numbskulls can't afford to go to the proper kind of big games, or they've already been banned from those proper big games, and they end up in non-league, winding everybody else up. The football, we've always said Corby Town is a family. We want it to be family-based. We want you to bring along children, and it should be a safe space for them to be here. So, yeah, if you see anything that you think is not right when you're watching football here at Steel Park, point it out to the stewards. Either that or text somebody. Text me in the press box, or put it on socials and send it to me in the press box, and I'll shout it out. I've got quite a good mic action. I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I was saying, this isn't a criticism at anybody, because I wouldn't want to do that, is that at the end of the game on Saturday, and I don't know the reason why, but the tunnel wasn't pulled up to the pitch.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that happened, and maybe that's something that could be looked at, because it always used to happen.
Yeah, it should have been pulled up to the pitch. Apparently there was some fans got within the tunnel area, which caused the problem. Shouldn't be happening. If you're a fan and you're on the wrong place, you should get automatically ejected. So yeah, we'll just have to deal with that, but that'll be dealt with separately with the stewarding staff. So yeah, not a big problem, but we need to stamp it up before it gets any worse.
Yeah, we do, don't we? We don't want it.
We
really
certainly don't want any problems at the weekend in a local derby.
No.
And not only that, because we have played Wellingborough twice already this season, and they've both been relatively, they've been good games of football with lots of high kicks and fragility from the fans. We get on well with Wellingborough Town. I don't have a problem with Wellingborough Town. They seem to be all right. We've got a lot of ex-Steel men in the team, and Brett Solkin. He's all right, Brett. But yeah, we don't want to see any of that this weekend. So yeah.
Please come enjoy the game. Be respectful. Adhere to all the rules of Steel Park, and just be responsible in your actions.
Or you won't be coming back to Steel Park again. One thing that was nice that happened at the weekend was the minute's applause for Mick Gallagher.
Yeah.
Ex-player, ex-coach, did a lot of work with the youth teams.
Yep.
And a big fan, was a big fan until the end. It was nice to see him in the boardroom. He was always there because it was a bit warmer in there than what it was out on the pitch. But no, Mick Gallagher, what a gent, and it was sorely missed.
Very much so, yeah.
And I did put a post, I did film the clapping, and I posted that on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook page. So if you want to just see people clapping respectively for an ex-Corby Town fan, that's a good thing too.
Yep, and I put a 30-second clip within the highlights because, of different people, like the players and the staff and, that kind of thing. So that'll be out there for you to watch.
Very good. So, with the first team, the girls playing well, but we're looking for fixtures. I think the next fixture is away, so that's coming up. Support the ladies, and we'll say big thank you again to all our sponsors, everybody at the club, everybody that sponsors any of our teams. Thank you very much indeed. And are you looking for those fixtures now, eh?
Yeah, Chump's going to talk.
All right, so I'll busk it up for the next couple of minutes. And yeah, big thank you to all our sponsors and everybody that does that. And if you feel you're a local kind of business that wants a little bit of you've got a little bit of spare cash that you can say, oh, give it Corby Town, and we'll make sure that you get mentioned. You'll get a board out the front, or you'll appear on here as part of this podcast. And it's a good thing. It shows that you're responsible and that you want to look after the people that you employ and be sensible in the area that you're working and give back to the community. This is a great social thing here at Corby Town. So yeah, do that. That would be lovely. If contact the club at, of course, info@corbytown.co.uk. Have you found it?
I found a bit, just to say we've got Wellingborough this weekend at home, and then on the 15th of March we're away to Racing Club Warwick.
We are. What a track.
Yeah, and then the ladies are at home according to this on the 16th of March. Oh no, they're away on the 16th of March. They've got Russian and Diamonds ladies, and I'm not sure where they play.
Whoa, I don't know. Looking at the state of Hayden Road, they'll probably play there.
Do you think so?
Yeah. I think last time I spoke to somebody for Hayden Road, it was a case of everyone's playing our pitch, even Rushden and Diamonds and Higham Town and all those teams. So yeah.
Yeah, it was going back to what we said earlier on. It was the under 15s girls into the final after penalty drama. They won 4-2. 4-3 away at Berkhamsted Raiders.
That's a long way. Berkhamsted?
Yeah. Is that the way you say it?
Oh, probably, I don't know.
Yeah, so we don't know any more details of when the final is, but I'm sure we'll let you know when we know.
And obviously we do have what will be a final. I don't know, we're talking about the final. We're in the final of the Hillier Cup. There's no date yet because they've still got to play the other semi-final, which is between Rushden and Diamonds. Higham Town United and Diamonds, and versus
Northampton under 23s.
So whoever wins that game will be playing Corby Town in the final. We expect at.
Here's one for you.
At Sixfields.
Do you reckon we might have Neil Dodson playing for Northampton?
It's a strange one. I don't think he will because I think he signed some sort of term. But I would have thought whoever thought of that has already said you can't have him, or. Sadly for the player, he might miss out completely, not play for Northampton, not play for Corby. I think that would be a bad thing. I think he should be playing for somebody. I prefer him to be playing for Corby.
Absolutely.
Because if he scored against his team, he won't be allowed back in the dressing room.
That would be one for you. If we went on, let's say, hypothetically, name the one player that scores in a cup final, against a team that he gets promoted.
Yeah. Wow.
That would be one for the trivia book.
I can't see that happening. I think something will. We'll have to ask the boss that next week. But keep an eye on that because the semi-final could be quite interesting. Diamonds, they're going to be desperate to be in the final.
Of course they are.
Yeah. So they'll be up there,
Yep.
and it would be if they're playing. My issue there would be they're playing that semi-final. Well, I don't know. They're playing that semi-final at
I don't know.
Hayden Road. It's a really heavy pitch, and this water we were having it falling from the sky. It might have abated for the last couple of weeks, but it's not easy.
Nope.
So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, there's lots of football to come. Corby got 10 more games. They've got a final to play, and hopefully they'll be in the playoffs and for them to play and take on here as well. But that's about the size of it, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we should wrap this one up this week, Chuck. I think we've done everything we need to do. We've done fixtures. We've welcomed and said well done to the under 15s as it was. And then, we've talked about the disgraceful behaviour and we want to cut it out. And the game and,
It's all there. But you can rewind it on YouTube and watch it all again.
Yep.
I actually still cast it to the big telly.
Dear.
Yeah, I like to see a blown up version of me. Sounded better than what I meant. But there you go. But you can do the same, cast it to your telly or just play it through your... Just ask your smart telly to play Corby Town TV. Does that work?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Hey, smart telly! Just watch YouTube Corby Town TV. That's what you have to do. You have to say it in those really short terms because these robots don't understand everything, do they?
And if you are looking for the channel on YouTube, you can put Corby Town TV in, but the proper address is www.youtube.com/@Corby Town TV online.
Wow.
And the reason why we put the online in there was very, very simply, the account used to be in somebody else's name, and when they were no longer with the club, we had to do something with it, and we couldn't keep their original name.
No. Was that person at the ground on Saturday?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, lovely man. Great to see him here.
The whole Dunyan family, well done, Robbie. So and I'm sure they'll be back sponsoring another game because they drank the bar dry. And then why not? Anyways. So anyway, if you like this kind of thing, the camera's gone, John. What we'll do is say, if you're watching this, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the share button, and the notification button, and stay with us and watch us again sometime. But in the also on the socials,
don't forget to follow us on all the other social media channels, and to go to the website. And just to reiterate, the camera is absolutely working fine. With the new camera now, it has the ability, when one memory card runs out, it will automatically switch over to the next one.
Is that what it's just done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you can run it, and then technically you shouldn't lose anything.
Excellent, good work.
At the same time, in saying that, you can make 2 recordings at the same time. So you can record the same thing on 2 different memory cards.
So you'll never lose one. But it also means
if
it's switching to a new memory card, we've overstayed our welcome. So, with that in mind, we will say goodbye. My name's Chuck. This is Michael.
Yep. See ya.